It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Titans and the Commanders, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
Yeah, and this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go from just outside our nation's capital. Past midfield. They're going to be set up with a short field. What a tremendous kick return. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Not want to see in the opening minute of the game. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They send Ridley in motion. Out of the gun, they'll throw to get things going. He's got it at about the 8. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. First and goal coming up. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
First down was not very good. Here's second and goal. He'll keep this himself.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
Throwing here on third and goal. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. Oh, yeah. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Commanders come out with the man they hope leads them into their new era. Jaden Daniels, the number 2 overall pick in this past draft from LSU. Greg, this is the man who won the Heisman Trophy. Tigers in Baton Rouge a year ago.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him, and if he continues to stay one step ahead and continue the ball at this rate, this is going to be a hard group to beat.
First and 10 now from the 36. Here's a first carry for their running back. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now a give up the middle. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. They call that on the rookie, Brandon Coleman. Throwing now, Daniels. That one is brought in by Terry McLaurin. First reception for the man who enters the week as the NFL's leader in receiving yards. This one, good for a first down. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Throwing is Daniels. That is intercepted. Picked off by Roger McCreary. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. on first down. Daniels. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Roger McCreary. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
They face second down and 7. They send Ridley in motion. Back to throw. He's got a man. That's Traylon Burks. And he's going to be taken down.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over. Now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Chig Okonkwo. Touchdown, Tennessee. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. What a terrific play at the back of the end zone. Greg, that is so hard to do, but something you did. And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. Patterson now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's putting together a remarkable season, currently leading the NFL in passing yards as we play here in the month of December. On the ground, it's Robinson. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive lineman had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. And it's a short pickup to about the 42. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Here now, 3rd and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
First and 10, and they give it to Pollard. 14 yards on the pickup there.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
That caught Tony Pollard.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5. They send Ridley in motion. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They send him right out of the slot. Now, faking the give. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. The motion man here is McLaurin. They'll begin here on the ground. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. They'll come up on a second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Daniel. That's over the middle, complete to Brown.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And he will have the Commanders' first down. They needed 2 and gained 6. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's second and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Following the penalty, they'll run it. And that's going to get closed up quickly. He'll get only to the 37. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. They'll throw with Daniels. They'll try to set up the screen here. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels inside the 20, and he will score. Christian Watson, touchdown Commanders. Matt Gay on for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Commanders are on the board. It's 10-7. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Titans offense getting set to get back to work. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. That's on the first-round pick back in April, J.C. Latham. He'll look to throw. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. 10-7 is the score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They give to Pollard on the option. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Now a deep ball here for Ridley. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Commanders offense and Terry McLaurin heading out onto the field. As we head into this final stretch of games, take note. He comes into this one leading the NFL in receiving yards. The man in motion is Watson. His drive will start on the ground. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
He'll go right and find his running back, and that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. The motion man here is McLaurin. On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Daniels now going to look to throw. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Roger McCreary. And he'll be taken down, and there is a flag on the play. This is going to be a huge call. He'll drop to throw. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be brought down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Moving the tight end right. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is caught. What a job on the scramble. Touchdown, Titans. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Patterson now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Xavier Woods there on the stop. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Daniels to throw on second down. Toward the middle. That one caught by Watson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Handoff here, up the middle, and a nice run there on first down, getting 8, setting up 2nd and 2. They'll stick with him again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Titans have got it. One of those exciting moments in a football game. There is a turnover and a fumble, and all of a sudden the guys who were on defense, they're starting to think like offensive players, Greg. They really wanted to take that back the other way.
And I think for that offense, they're fortunate that didn't lead to a touchdown, because for a minute, I thought the defender was going to take it all the way back, but either way, winds up with a pretty nice return, and his offense is in great position.
The Titans offense ready to get back at it. They start with the lead and the football. They do. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
On comes the punter now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Titans offense ready to take over once again. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. The man in motion is Burks. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Back to throw. Catch made there by Burks.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. Up the middle they go. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Now Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Here's Tress Way now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Titans offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them,
that's over the middle and intercepted. That's the veteran linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
I think he chalked this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. Toward the outside. Catch made by Watson. He is in. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Washington. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Commanders are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's going to get it to Okonkwo.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Kevin Zeitler, the vet, guilty that time. Now they'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And no return on this one. Fair catch signal for and taken. The Commanders' offense and receiver Christian Watson set to go once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here's a designed run. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. Daniels now on 1st down. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down. To the air again is Daniels. Quick throw here is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Daniels gonna throw again. That pass taken in by McCord. And the Commanders are gonna have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll send their tight end left. They'll run with Robinson. And that big offensive line clearing space. He's in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Commanders. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Good return, but he pays the price at the end. Picked up and thrown down. The visitors' offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. They'll throw out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. Now the Commanders will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. So we've hit halftime here in the home team. The Commanders are out on top. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And it's the Colts who have the lead in the 2nd quarter. Elijah Moore, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And it was the visiting Chicago Bears who come away with the victory. DJ Moore, a touchdown catch in the victory. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Javonte Williams. An afternoon to remember. 4 touchdown runs. What a treat to watch the rookie in that first half. The number 2 overall pick, Jaden Daniels. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the number 2 overall pick, Jaden Daniels, with the rest of the Commanders' offense. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. A give, and here comes Robinson. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Daniel. Going right, it's taken in. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Third and a yard, it's Daniels. He's got a man, it's McClure. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Washington.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up it.
And he's not able to get away. He does manage to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll set up 2nd down. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. On 2nd down, it's Daniel. And they are all over him yet again. He'll go down once more.
Quarterback did everything in his power on that play, Mike, except get the ball out of his hands. I like the aggressiveness of maintaining the ball and trying to get something downfield. But after you break the initial sack attempt, that ball's got to come out. Do not give them another hit on you, and definitely don't take a sack.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up 3rd down. They'll try to run this one in. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Yes, he does. 1st and goal coming up.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Here's a run. Oh, making guys miss. And he's in. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, Washington. Now Gay for the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. He'll drop to throw. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll look to throw. short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now, a deep ball here for Ridley. And he will go all the way. Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Tennessee. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
And he's going to be stopped in the backfield, taken down back at the 3.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Patterson now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And the turnovers have really been the story here. Take you back through the actually the lowlights in this one. Not a lot of positives when you have a 3-interception game under pressure all game long. The secondary feasting on his passes. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
The Commanders about to send this one away. A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and receiver Calvin Ridley set to take over for this drive. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. Back to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Running here, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down right around the 40. The safety, Justin Simmons, with the stop. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the first down with Pollard. Into space. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. That is caught at the 3. To the goal line and in. Traylon Burks. Touchdown, Titans. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Big 2-point conversion now coming for the Titans. They'll look to run with Pollard. And he will get into the end zone. The conversion is good, and the lead is up to 3 here in the 4th quarter.
Pretty evident that they felt the weakness of this rush defense was on the perimeter. A simple toss play gets the back out there so fast. They secure the edge, and it just becomes a foot race, and he walks in for an easy 2 points.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Patterson now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. On first down, Daniels. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Injured player on the field, and he's battled through injuries throughout his career. Christian Watson, the injured party. Here's 2nd and 9. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Daniels to throw on 2nd down. That one knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. And it's going to be 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
The Commanders set to kick this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He's got his tight end. That's Okonkwo. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
In this coverage breakdown, Mike, it's just completely unacceptable. You come out in dime defense. What that means is you have 6 defensive backs and only 1 linebacker most often. So for the offense to find an open receiver with that much space to operate, you just have to imagine there was some sort of breakdown in communication and execution, because he had a lot of room to operate, and that defensive coordinator is not happy.
Not much there, maybe a yard. Again, it's Pollard. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Tennessee. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Commanders offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line.
What I loved most about this was just the ability of the quarterback, Mike, to so quickly go through his progression. You see early on at the top of his drop, his eyes are downfield. Quickly realizes there's not a lot of opportunities downfield. Check it down to your back and see if he can pick up the rest after the catch and move the chains with his legs.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. The man in motion is Watson. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They need 8 as they come up for third down. Throwing again, Daniels. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the fourth quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's first and goal.
Tight end going in motion here. They'll try to run with Robinson. And he will score. Game on. Brian Robinson. Touchdown Commanders. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Gay to add the PAT. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Titans offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly. Make it a hit, and he has lost the football. The Commanders come up with it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
Here's 1st and 10. Daniels now going to look to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Washington. 3 touchdowns for him now in this one. And he's up to 10 on the year. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. Now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. The extra point by Gay is good. And the Commanders have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here comes a return from the 3. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Titans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. Now a loose football. The Commanders come up with it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Throwing now, Daniels. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
The man in motion is Watson. Third and short, and it's Daniel. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. They'll turn and hand this one off. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. 2nd and a yard. They'll throw with Daniels. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Here's Daniels. He'll get this out wide. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing is Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. 3rd and a yard. 3rd and a yard. It's Daniels. He pulls it in around the 5.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells you, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
They'll go. It's Robinson. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
The Titans offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Catch made there by Burks.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll again get it to Ridley. 18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains.
And now after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best first down play call to your quarterback. A field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way. Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got third and fourth down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver, and it's going to be fourth down. Back to throw. That's taken in by Burks. He's going to pick up a Titans first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving, and then some. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw, and he will score. Chig Okonkwo, touchdown Titans. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And, Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. Patterson now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Toward the sideline, there's Brown. Here comes 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He'll take a shot for Watson. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Titans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46. Now, after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Tight end on the move left. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Pollard. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. The tight end going in motion to the left. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.